I'm Ebony Allard and I am the Entrepreneur Enabler. I am a certified coach, a misfit turned maven, an adventurer of life, and an author. I help creative freelancers, business owners, and misfits like you to simplify your lives and eliminate guilt, allowing you to live to your greatest potential and be bolder, freer, and happier now. One of the ways that I do that is by helping misfit entrepreneurs to find their value filter. So if you've hung out in my Facebook group or you've connected with me on social media, you may have heard me talking about a value filter, and you may have heard or seen other entrepreneurs in conversation with me referencing their value filter. If you've read my book, you'll also have been through the process of really going and understanding what your value filter is, and I help you to unpack that so that you can get your own. So in this video, I just wanted to explain a little bit more clearly what a value filter is and how you can use it in your life to make decisions, to effortlessly make yes, no decisions, and to feel good about those decisions, knowing that they are the right decisions for you. And a lot of this comes from the question that I get asked most often by most people, which is how do I know what my purpose is? How do I know if I am working or living in the right purpose? And how do I get into that zone of genius or know that my business or the idea that I have is going to fly? And my answer to that is a little bit stimulated by a quote from Mastin Kipp. Something Mastin said to me once is that purpose is an emotion that you generate within yourself and give away. And for me, that really clicked in with something that I've been teaching for a long time about this value filter. And so for me, your purpose is to remain within your own value filter at all times, or as often as you can, to check in with yourself and see how aligned you are with that filter. Because when you're in that place, when you are living your life from inside your value filter, you're living a life where you're switched on, engaged, and enlivened, full of vitality, and ready to be the change that you want to see in the world. Where you are your most confident self, where you're your kindest self, where you can be your most kick-ass self, and do so responsibly and with love in your heart. So there is a PDF which I've got, which you can go through and ask yourself the questions or work with a partner to work out what your value filter is. And there are just some tips and tricks that I want to help you with that. Now, when you do it with me directly, it's going to be a lot quicker. You're going to get a lot deeper into it, because I've done it with over 600, 700 people now, and really I can work quite quickly at helping you to work out what your value filter is. But if you want to do it alone, the steps are in the book, and they're also in the PDF that I'm going to put next to this video so that you can work it out for yourself. So some tips around it are, you don't need to have words that you might have heard of before, that sound good, that are, this can be anything. So one of my clients, one of her words for her value filter is not a word at all. It's a sensation, a feeling. The nearest we've got to finding a word for it is essenceful, but that doesn't really do it. It's definitely a feeling, okay? I have another client who one of her words is sitting in lemonade. It's a feeling that evokes in her, and she knows exactly what that means. I've got someone else, a guy whose word is purple haze, and for him it takes him back to a moment in time. He knows the gig he's at, he knows the feeling of it, he can get back into that place. So it's really about an anchor that connects you in with an aspect or a part of yourself, a feeling that you can generate within yourself and then give away. So there are another kind of part of that is I have two value filters, one for work, for my business, and one for my personal life. And whilst they are very similar, there's a subtle difference. For the Entrepreneur Enabler, my value filter is freedom, adventure, and duty. And I hold that up over situations that are offered to me. Now, does it enable me to feel free? Does it offer an element of adventure? And will it be unique? Will it be different? Will it be innovative, on the forefront? Will it be exciting? Am I inspired, switched on, and will it be fun? And then more than that as well, there's the aspect of duty. Will it represent kindness in the world? Will it be giving back in some way? Will it enable me to stand true with the things that I believe matter and are important inherently? Will it enable me to deliver my duty to the world? So those are for the business. And sometimes I'll hold it over and things can be just outside. And it's like, oh, what would make it more inside my value filter? So that's how we use it. In my personal life, freedom, wild and true are the values that make up my value filter. And wild for me, similar to adventure, but very much about being feminine in nature, being flow. I imagine it like the fairies in a secret garden, or wildflowers that crack out of paving stones. You know, for me, that's the kind of wild that I am. And then again, true is about staying with the real essence of who I am, of what I believe the world is. It's about love, and a lot of other things. And I could talk about that for a while, but there's a subtle difference. And one of the things that I've been working on for the last couple of years is really separating out the Entrepreneur Enabler and my personal life so that I can have those two places, and feel really true to myself, but also be the change in the world that I want to see and help and enable as many misfit entrepreneurs as I possibly can. So the only other thing to mention is that you're trying to create a filter that represents feelings. So the words are very often going to be feeling based. The words are anchors that come back to an experience or a peak experience that you've had before. Very often when I do a conversation with people around asking them the questions and the PDF and all the notes that are there, they can't think of a single time that they were happy or that they felt proud, and they're trying to go too big. It can be a moment. It can absolutely be something that's happened in the last week. It can absolutely be just, half an hour, or sitting outside your favourite coffee shop with the sun in your face. All of those things are absolutely perfect. It's how did that moment make you feel? What was important about that moment? Okay? So if you want any help getting your own value filter or working through that, please get in touch with me and we can talk about how that might work. Otherwise, I really, really encourage you to do it alone or get a partner, get a team together, and work through the questions in the PDF. And please do leave in the comments under this your value filter. I'd absolutely love to hear what your value filter is and how you're using it to make decisions and to know whether something is a yes or whether it's a no for you. So I've been Ebony Allard. I'm the Entrepreneur Enabler, and I look forward to hearing what your value filter is.